This is In Touch with Terry, a power-packed podcast for the medical aesthetics industry.
I just discovered your podcast, and I feel like I've hit a gold mine.
This is someone who's got a lot of knowledge. She's been there, done that.
Terry Ross is a former Fortune 500 executive, international speaker, founder and co-CEO of Apex Platform, and Terry Ross Consulting.
Just listening to her energy and her passion and just how hardcore she is.
Her knowledge of the industry and just her connections in general are phenomenal.
In Touch with Terry will bring you solutions to increase operational and employee efficiency and practice profitability. Plus, feature some of the top industry experts as guests.
The Apex team literally changed the game for us.
Terry, your courses and your podcast are just so helpful.
She made me feel like I could do this.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Now, here's Terry.
Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome back to another episode of In Touch with Terry. Thank you again for always being here, showing up, being present. Again, like I always say, get comfortable, get your notepad, grab a glass of wine or whatever is your drink of choice. We're going to talk about something super, super exciting. This is a really heartfelt episode from me to talk about something new that I wanted to come and share with you. So today, the exciting news that I want to share is that there is a new endeavor that we have been working on with my partner, Isaac Muesli, and world-renowned plastic surgeon, Dr. Renato Saltz. It is called the 4S Summit, presented by Aesthetic Success, which is going to be taking place in Park City, Utah on February 16th, guys. I know it's only a couple short weeks away, February 16th, one day pre the ABAM conference, which is put on by Dr. Renato Saltz. And what I wanted to do is really reveal to you guys on this podcast the why. You know, I always talk about the why. Why do we do anything? Why do we show up? Why do we work? Why do we have kids? Why do we have a spouse or a husband or play sports or play music or whatever it is that we love? But why do we do it? Right? There has to be a purpose. And the purpose for us was to bring a brand new experiential learning opportunity, again called the 4S Summit. And it's really about the parallels and the new avenues of running an aesthetic business. And it's for owners and managers and thought leaders and drivers of this industry who really, again, want to work smarter and not harder. So I want to dive in to a little bit of the details and share with you again about what this opportunity is and why, if you are somebody sitting here today, you own a business, you run a business, you're a manager working in the business, and you just want to get down and dirty. There's so many aesthetic conferences in the industry now, and there's so many learning opportunities in the industry, additional tools and resources, and sometimes it can get very confusing. I spoke at, I think, over 22 aesthetic conferences this year. So I am grateful and I am so humbled at the opportunity to speak and to teach and to educate and do what I love. And I'm humbled at the opportunity to connect with so many of you on so many levels and to hear your story, to hear your struggles, to hear your challenges, to hear all the wins. But I've also had the pleasure, or not, pain, of being at these conferences and recognizing that people are still wanting so badly real down and dirty tactical information and strategic planning where they can actually go back and execute something. And a lot of times at these conferences, as much as I love it, it's a lot of education in a very short period of time. But when you get back to the practice, you're like, oh shit, what do I do? Or I don't really remember what they said, or here's this binder of copious notes and I'm still confused. And we don't want any confusion. Again, that's part of the whole reason sort of Apex was incubated. But, you know, we're also honored that this year we were given the opportunity to be guest speakers and lecturers for the Johns Hopkins Plastic Surgery Residency Program. They recognize that these residents, right, in school, you guys are dedicating your heart and your soul to the craft, to your skill to be good doctors. But yet there's no business fundamentals there. So we were so honored to have done that and co-author a chapter in Nelligan's plastic surgery book with Dr. Renato Saltz and Isaac Muesli. So our love for education and my why isn't just only Sloan. My why is you And I am very fulfilled with my purpose in life. And my purpose is to continuously push myself and learn and continuously provide you guys with the utmost value and education resources that you can possibly have to be the best that you can possibly be in an industry that is vast and competitive and saturated. And I want to clear through the bullshit and clear through the noise and have all of you feel so confident, competent, comfortable that your why, you don't need to worry about anybody else. Who cares about the guy next door, the girl next door in your competition? That's bullshit. It's about what you do and your value proposition. And more importantly, what is your compass? What is your practice about? And what does everybody working with you and for you believe as well? And so, there was a quote that I want to read because when we think about, why did we even create and develop another meeting? I promise you, this is not another meeting, another conference. This is, if you think about people, how many of you guys have ever joined a mastermind? I have been in them, and sometimes they charge upwards of, $30,000 to $60,000 annually to be surrounded with a group of people to share best practices, right? You're sharing ideas, and it's that community. It's that Terry's tribe that we talk about all the time. And we're big on community, obviously, in what we believe in within our organization. But I read this quote by Benjamin Franklin that really resonated with me. And I think that it sums it up why we created this summit. Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I will learn. I want you to sit with that for a second. I'm going to say it again. Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I may remember. And involve me, and I will learn. And I loved it. And so that is exactly our why behind the 4S Summit. It's an opportunity for us to work together in a small group setting to really roll up our sleeves, dive in, more importantly, complete individualized work that will help you master every aspect of your aesthetic business. It's a one-day intensive. Again, it brings together a community of the greatest minds in the aesthetic industry, opinion leaders, decision makers, as well as the most driven, motivated plastic surgery practices, cosmetic dermatology, medical spa owners, and managers who, like I said, have a desire to seek opportunities and have a desire to, again, work smarter and not harder, not to waste time, not to waste money, hoping for a different outcome, but to say, you know what, fuck it. I'm struggling here, or I need help, or I know I could be better. Because again, time is all that we have, and the time is so precious we can't get it back. So how are you going to spend your time this year? And how are you going to, analyze what's working and what's not? So we've put together this program that is going to really give you the exact blueprint, looking over your strategies, your structure, your systems, your skills to recession-proof your practice. Now I'm going to ask you something. You may be doing well. Could you do better? Being busy doesn't mean being profitable. If one or two phone calls could elevate your revenue, would that matter to you? If you could increase your revenue 50% or more, would that matter to you? Look, this is not another series of lectures and, didactic where we're talking at you. People have asked me. I used to do my sales training for 2 days. People loved it. I love it. I love the clients. I love learning every day from you guys. But there's a different level of learning when you're actually in person. And then you have the supporting tools and the resources and the training and the data and the analytics to know how to pull that through. So this is rather hands-on assessments and exercises, role playing, financial work, looking at your data, looking at your P&L, understanding Excel, where we come together and you're going to walk out with actionable strategies that you can actually go back and implement immediately in your practice. Some of the topics that we're going to be covering are an overview of the state of the industry. Let's be real, guys. Look, People, sales are what makes the world go round, right? We sell ourselves, we sell an outcome, we sell a result, we go to buy a house or a car, or we look for a school. This is where the money's at. People do that. And so, what does it mean to sell in aesthetics? While we're providing service and an education, we're selling ourselves and you're selling the value. The importance of leadership and culture. What kind of a business do you have? Looking at the roles, the individual roles within the practice, and what do they mean and how do they contribute to the overall growth of your business? Your telephone skills, who's answering them? How do they do it? When do they do it? How do they credential you? How do they ask questions? How do they overcome objections? Are they converting the caller? I could go on and on. The consultation, nobody knows what's going on when that door's shut. So what is the value of that consultation? Building rapport with me, building trust, building me the treatment plan that I need that's going to get me the best outcome, yield you a higher revenue per hour, and more importantly, want me to come back. I mean, I could go on and on, you guys. I mean, there's so much good stuff that's going to happen at this one-day workshop. And this is one day, by the way. We're going to be continuing. There's a series. We'll talk about when the next class is going to be. But my goal, our goal, Isaac, Dr. Schultz, our goal was to build a strong community of strong, savvy, driven, like-minded, individuals in the aesthetic space, because you guys need connection. We all do. We need connection. It's so important. Having colleagues to bounce ideas off of, to share experiences with, it's truly, truly a gift, because there's a lot of people that don't want to share because they're afraid of the competition. But, it's really us being open and sharing the successes we have, because we're all not the same, right? You all bring something unique and valuable to the table. We want participants that are going to be attending. Listen, come with an open mind. Come with the possibility of change and transformation. Come with an open, right? Not a closed mindset, but an open mindset. Bring your laptops. We're going to be having you guys bring financials. More importantly, bring your A game. Bring your A game. I say it a lot. It's how athletes train. It's how musicians train. They train, God, there's nothing like having that feeling that you're like, I got this, I got this and I can do it. So by the end of the day, by the end of this one-day intensive, that's what you're going to walk away with. Tactical, actionable strategies that are going to create positive, permanent shifts and change in your business that you can execute immediately. And that is half the battle. I'm sure we all have written down our goals. We all have dreams. We all try to lose weight in the beginning of the year. We all say we want to hit another $1 million or more, whatever that is for you. We're not going to accept a certain kind of relationship or a certain way somebody treats you. But it is massive action. It's the execution that matters. It's not the excuses we tell ourselves all the time. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't have time to do it. We make time for the things that are a priority. So you are going to be able to see quantifiable results that have proven, this isn't anecdotal shit, have proven to increase your revenue, your profitability, your productivity, and your operational efficiency. So, as I mentioned, February 16th is around the corner. We have a few spots left. Time is very short. So I would personally love to invite you, if you're an owner, again, if you're a practice manager, to please, if this is you, if this resonated with you, if you want to take your practice to the next level, if you want to elevate your skills, your talents, your knowledge, your wherewithal, to go back, talk about those things that we talked about, your leadership, your culture, your data, your sales, your revenue, all the things that it requires and takes. Because if your heart is in this business, I remember, just coming from Medicis and Zeltique and then owning the medical spa in Beverly Hills. And I was just in it to win it. I was not willing to settle for anything less than the highest level of achievement that I possibly could. People ask me, why did I let Lasky go? Well, it was with 3 surgeons and a derm. It sold to Skin Spirit. You guys, that's huge. And there's a lot of private equity money right now. So if you have a desire to have an exit strategy and sell your business, you must. This isn't even an optional thing. So from my heart and my gratitude to you, I do invite you personally to consider coming to our 4S Summit on February 16th. I think there's early bird pricing and spots are very limited. So thank you so much for being with me today on this podcast. I'm so excited and always honored to have you there listening, sharing, downloading, providing me feedback, giving me the thumbs up in the comments. Again, at the end of the day, you are the reason, truly the reason I do what I do. So again, if this is for you, I want you to check out theaestheticsuccess.com, theaestheticsuccess.com to register. And if for some reason you can't attend this February one, our next one is going to be in May, also in Park City. So stay tuned. And if you want to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events, our platform releases, our industry news, please subscribe to our newsletter and our podcast, In Touch with Terry. The links are in the bio. Please don't forget to follow us on all of our social media channels as well, Terry Ross Consulting and Apex Platform. And again, guys, love you so much. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in Park City. And I can't wait to see you on the next episode of In Touch with Terry. Ciao.
Thanks for listening to In Touch with Terry. We invite you to schedule a discovery call with our Apex team. The link to apexplatform.com can be found in the show notes. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode of In Touch with Terry.